after the interception. Here's Roethlisberger. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. They've got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
Here we go.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. This one complete. Right side to McDonald. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Now it's Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 97 yards. And the Saints have taken the early lead. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. On the return, it's Juju Smith-Schuster. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now Roethlisberger. On the left side, it's McDonald. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
And that's why defensive coaches preach swarming to the football. It's usually going to take more than one guy to get that big man down.
And it did right there. Multiple broken tackles, but they eventually get him down. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
The big fella. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Vance McDonald, 49 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And nowadays in NFL football, you have to account for all the receivers, sure, but the tight end's such a weapon. And they prove it right there.
Oh, without a doubt. And we're seeing now the golden age of tight ends catching the football. I go back to Kellen Winslow. To me, he was the prototype of what we're seeing today. We're seeing it each and every week now.
That time, a 6-play drive. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Ooh, with a juke. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Looking long for... And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. He could... Couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play?
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the route.
And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down. Under a minute to go. Clock running in a back-and-forth first quarter of play. On second down, Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end, McDonald. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
And the Steelers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Now Roethlisberger. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And Big Ben intercepted a third time. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. So after the INT, it's Breeze. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Bud Dupree. So possession changes hands on the final play of the first quarter. 7-all is the score. We'll head back to New Orleans after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They take over 1st and 10 in excellent field position here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. And now it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create them.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Please tell me this doesn't come off as snarky. But that's a relative chip shot. I mean, you've got to be able to execute that one. I don't care what they design on the other side about trying to block the kick. That should be 3 points on the board.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. If you're out at 55, 60 yards, low trajectory from here, you get that thing up. This should be 3.
Yeah, there's nothing routine in football. but this one really almost should be. Snap, hold, kick, ball through the post. Didn't happen that way.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Breeze. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Breeze. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
And my goodness, another interception. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. The interception was, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 38. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 40. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field, so play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more, but a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
So now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal. Shotgun now for Breeze. Throw left side complete. That's Hill. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And his throw here's incomplete. The tight end Josh Hill was the target, and it's 3rd and 4.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Now Breeze. He is going to find Hill here. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Now Breeze. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Breeze will try again on 2nd down. Looking for the end zone. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Cameron Meredith, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. The fly route works for the TD Graham.
And you know the receivers love to say, if we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Lots of look to add the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Yeah, he's got it. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. That's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts. Not in your favor. Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2. But I'll be darned. They ended up getting that one, didn't they?
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And we put our focus now on Le'Veon Bell. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? To throw here, Roethlisberger. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Now, before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And the Saints signal for another timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.